Hello and welcome to another episode of Bako Craft. Last episode we did the interior of the candlestick maker's home and we got the bee farm all set up. I don't know if I showed this on camera or not, but this is how we access the bee farm. So all the guts are right down here and easily accessible. I'm probably going to put a little, it's like a door right there. Probably one here as well, just to separate the mud room, as I've been calling it, from the rest of the house. But today, we are going to get started on the next build. What is the next build, you might ask yourself? Well, I don't rightly know yet. I asked for comments at the end of last episode and said we'd build whichever people wanted to see, assuming that the itch to build didn't overpower me. And let's see, I finished rendering that episode 3 or 4 hours ago, went for a walk, took a little nap, and woke up itching to build. So we don't know what this is going to be yet. Now, I don't think I'm going to finish this whole video in a day, so theoretically there is still time. But for now, at the very least, we're going to get some wireframing done. We're going to get the basis of this set up, and hopefully as the building process goes on, I'll just be inspired and have an idea, or maybe this will take long enough that there will be a comment. But, you know, I don't really want to hold my breath that there'll be a comment. Because, well, you can see the subscriber count for yourself. It's not the most likely option yet. Someday, man, we'll get there. We'll get there. But for now, it's more of this same process that I've done over and over. That's the one drawback to having having a similar style, a cohesive style, if you will, throughout your Minecraft build, is that you kind of end up with building roofs that are essentially the same over and over and over again. And oh shoot, I'm out. It's not a big deal. It makes it go quickly. But it does mean you run out of options to build on camera with kind of quickly. Unless you decide to get all meta about it and start talking about how there's nothing to talk about. But, yeah, that's not what we're all here for. So I'm going to get this started, and I'll cut back with a progress update shortly. Well, getting ready to move on to the second level. And one moment, please. Anyway, I was getting ready to move on to the second level vertically, and I ran out of oak wood. So I'm getting ready to go on a quick trip. I will be right back. Okay, we are back and we have tons of wood. We also did some dark oak gathering off camera. That's not going to show up anywhere, but it was done. And we got a decent amount of that. We also, well, actually, it will show up somewhere. It'll show up on the second channel. Sorry, can't even take myself seriously when I say that. But yeah, we were doing some dark oak grinding out by where we found dark oak several episodes ago, and I found what are those trees called? I've completely lost the word. Azalea. We found a new azalea tree, and the azalea tree, conveniently enough, is always planted on a massive amount of rooted dirt. Yes, rooted dirt that stretches down into a lush cave. So whenever you find an azalea tree, you can always follow it down into a lush cave. And it was just the most absurd, just ridiculously massive cave I think I've ever found. I mean, it was a big cave on its own, but it was a lush cave, and it just went seemingly endlessly. So did some gathering in there, came back and finished up gathering the dark oak, and now we are back. We are getting some work done. But something I realized while I was sitting there, I was watching my video, and then I watched old Wells' video, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to be doing next, and kind of find more of an identity for the channel, because I feel like it's kind of been a little bit of, well, we have to just make it work whenever something weird happens, that's just part of it. But there's also kind of been an element of, I don't know, it's felt like the channel is lacking an identity. And that's much more of a me issue than a you issue. You got no real reason to worry about that. But I think I'm getting the itch to make these bigger and grander builds, and I still want them to feel primitive, but I want them to be big, and I want to be doing Minecraft the way I like playing Minecraft. And yeah, that's the realization I came to, was that I need to be still playing to have fun, right? Even though I need to be thinking about the channel and making sure that everything has an identity. Part of what that can and will be is making sure my love of this game is coming through. So I think I'm going to start upping the ante a little bit in terms of what exactly I want to do with... Do I want to use white terracotta? I think it might be time to mix up the color palette a little bit. Just a little bit. One moment, please. Okay, we're back. So I actually have a new office space that I've been working in, and I'm very excited to build it out at some point for the apartment. But it is right next to the part of the wall that the air conditioning is hidden in, whatever type of HVAC the apartment uses. And so when the air conditioning kicks on, oh boy, it kicks on. And so I got to remember to turn that junk off, or it will make itself known. So one of the things I think we should be doing is mixing up the color palette of the terracotta we're using from time to time. Boop. Just to further differentiate these buildings from each other. And yeah, I think the light gray looks pretty good. We're going to put a planter box here. We're going to go ahead and knock. What have we been doing? Are we doing one or two? I feel like we've been, or three or two. Just two. Okay. Yeah, two looks good. All right, so we did a red box here. a red box there and a red box there. Alright, so I think we're going to do something other than a red planter box. Probably do dark oak. I think that'll look good. We are just shy of having enough, but we will make it work. Let's see. Alright, so yeah, definitely planning on speeding things up. And I'm going to start trying to get a whole build done in a video. And, you know, find things that excite me to talk about. Not just Minecraft, but just, you know, whatever I think is interesting and whatever will bring some passion to the project. I want to be doing both of those things. So, yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with this. So I'm going to keep working on this, and I will see you guys back in a little bit. Okay, so we have found a new conundrum, and it is, what the heck do we do with this here hard line? So one of the things I thought of was to, you know, we could do just a line here, and we could put some flower pots down, and then, you know, we could plant flowers in them. The other thing I really want to test is, oh yes, the hanging moss hangs over. Oh, I love it. I don't know which I love more. I wish so badly we could do both. We can't. That cracks me up. Could we do something like that? No, I feel like it's got to be one or the other. I'm gonna go with the little moss ledge. I like that more than is necessarily reasonable, but I really like it. Okay, there we go. It's been problem solving with Bako. Back at it. Well, we are nearing the inevitable moment of truth where I have to decide what this is going to be. The trouble is, I keep picturing a pig pen right here. We're going to have to move this whole hill back a ways, but that's not too much work. Which would mean butcher shop. Man, it feels really grandiose in here. So I gotta finish doing the ceilings before I make any decisions. But this place is also screaming tavern to me. It's a tough call, and I am not sure what to do yet. Alright, one roof, just like you've seen, coming up. I'm starting to ask myself if the light gray terracotta potentially blends in too closely with the dirt. I'm having a very hard time deciding. I do think white would pop. Well, I mean, white absolutely pops more. Has a great contrast. Oh, man. I don't know. Alright, well, I'm going to keep building and see if I can come to a conclusion once I see a little more of it. But that's a tough one. I also got to figure out what I'm going to fill in there, because in order to go darker, we went with the packed mud back there, but packed mud is kind of the same color. Like, it is really close. And I'm thinking maybe the move would be to use a little deep slate there in order to get that contrast. I don't know. I'm gonna sleep and get back to it. But these have been pretty bedtime thoughts with Bako. No. You already messed up a video once. Go away. Shoo. Yeah. if we ignore them, they'll go away. Just like in World War II. Okay, I think we can get some really dark blocks in there to create some contrast and potentially lighten up the appearance of the light gray terracotta. We might be able to make it work. Only one way to find out, though. Okay, this is actually very close to being what I want, but it's there's a little too much of it. So yeah, there we go. We're just gonna throw that little stare in there. Really creates an added sense of depth. But black kind of does the trick. I think I like. Is it too dark? It might be too dark. I don't know. It's too dark. It's basalt, maybe? Alright, well, something to think about. Something to sleep on. But I think I might have a use for the deep slate anyway. If I have time. What time is it? I'm late. Alright, done recording for now. Bye. Okay. This I really like. I need to patch up that little gap right there. But I am a big fan of using that deep slate right there. I think that does a nice job breaking it up. We can get some different textures of deep slate to make it a little less samey, but overall, I really, really like that. Unfortunately, I don't think I like this here. I think I want something a little bit lighter in color. I'm thinking basalt. I'm gonna grab some basalt real quick and I'll cut right back to you. Okay, so I was out of basalt, but I have tough, and I went and picked up some more basalt, so we're gonna be able to test it out either way. But I think tough might be a really good potential option. Where did that stare? Nope. There we go. So we'll give this a chance, and then if I don't like it, but I do like it, I like it a lot, in fact. The one thing I still don't like, the reoccurring issue I have with this build, that I do not like the light gray concrete. I want to like it so bad. But I just don't. Don't think it looks good. So I'm going to swap that out real quick. Yeah. I definitely like that more. I still think there might be a better color out there. But for now, I think we're going to stick with the white terracotta. Although I'm not as sure about these little moss hanging things anymore. I don't think that looks as good. But maybe when we throw some foliage up under here, that'll change. So, time will tell. But this build is coming along. I am very, very happy with it so far. So I'm going to go ahead and finish some of the details, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is not okay. Also, I think we're keeping these dormers. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to have the white walls here. We're going to have the gray right here, because I think the gray looks really good right there. I think the white looks better up there and right there. But I'm wondering if maybe the gray would even look better. This is my building process, by the way. It is chaotic, which is why it has become difficult to capture on. Okay, listen, do you have anything good? No. All right. Let's see. How does this one look? Yeah. I don't hate that. I want to see how this looks with a little glow lichen over top. I think that might make a big difference either way. Do I have any glow lichen? No glow lichen. Ugh, I'm the worst professional YouTuber ever. Oh, there we go. Glow lichen does such an incredible job of blending textures, especially if we go like that. No, I don't like that at all. I lied. I'm a terrible, rotten liar.
I woke up in a field, didn't know where or when I was. How can I go back to places I used to belong? As I raced out of the parking lot, thought about every time I fell. How can I change it? How can I get back to what I used to be? If I could just change everything that I've done wrong, if I could just lose every pound that I put on, I could just be the man I thought I'd be. If I could just keep the best inside of me. Change it. How can I get back to what I used to be?
All right, we have finished it, and I am insanely happy with it. I think I still want to make a couple tweaks here and there to the outside. I think this side and that side are a little too samey. There's too much symmetry. So we'll probably do something to one of those two decks to make it just look a little different. And the thing that surprised me the most about this build is, well, it's what I want it to be. You know, I think after a couple days of working on it and working on the video and just thinking about it, I've finally come to my conclusion about what this building will be. You ready?